Top 5 Largest Oil Reserves in the World 2022. Oil is a natural gift, but it is extracted only in places where it is already present. Oil has an important role in the global economy. More than 90% of the economy of some countries is based on oil. Also, the world gets more than a third of its total energy production from oil, which is more than any other source. Welcome to Reviewed for You Travels. Here is a list of countries with the 5 largest oil reserves in the world 2022. Before we go on, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, hit the bell button to be notified to our upcoming videos. Number 5. Iraq. Iraq is a country in Western Asia, bordered by Turkey, Iran, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Syria. Especially, Iraq has the 5th largest oil reserves in the world with 145 billion barrels of oil. It accounts for about 8.4% of the entire global oil reserves. Most of Iraq's proven oil reserves are in Basra, Baghdad, and Ramadi. Additionally, Iraq is heavily dependent on oil revenues compared to most of its OPEC partners. Also, crude petroleum accounted for 95% of Iraq's $60.8 billion in exports in 2017. Population, 41.1 million. GDP, PPP $413 billion. GDP per capita, $10,038. Oil reserves, 145 billion barrels. Number 4. Iran. Iran is a country in Western Asia with the 4th largest reserves in the world. However, if Canada's unconventional oil reserves are excluded, it ranks 3rd. With 155.6 billion barrels, it accounts for about 10% of the world's total proven petroleum reserves. Furthermore, at 2020 rates of production, Iran's oil reserves will last 145 years if no new oil is found. Along with oil, Iran is also home to the world's 2nd largest natural gas reserves, accounting for 16% of total gas. Population, 85 million. GDP, PPP $1.1 trillion. GDP per capita, $13,513. Oil reserves, 156 billion barrels. Number 3. Canada. Canada is a country in North America. It has become the 2nd largest country in the world by total area. Also, Canada has an estimated oil reserves of 170 billion barrels, making it the 3rd largest oil reserves in the world. More than 95% of these reserves are in oil sands deposits in the province of Alberta. The province also has a considerable amount of its traditional oil resources. Population, 38 million. GDP, PPP $1.9 trillion. GDP per capita, $51,713. Oil reserves, 170 billion barrels. Number 2. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a country in Western Asia, with 17.2% of the entire global oil reserves. It has the 2nd largest oil reserves in the world after Venezuela. Moreover, Saudi Arabia has traditionally been considered the world's most important swing producer of oil. The Saudi government continues to increase or decrease oil production to keep the price stable. Also, Saudi Arabia also produces an estimated 12 million barrels of oil per day, more than every country except the United States. Population, 35.3 million. GDP, PPP $1.7 trillion. GDP per capita, $48,099. Oil reserves, 297 billion barrels. 1. Venezuela. Venezuela is a country located on the northern coast of South America. It has the largest oil reserves in the world, with proven reserves of 303.3 billion barrels. In 2011, Venezuela overtook Saudi Arabia in terms of oil reserves. Moreover, the addition of the BP Statistical Review of World Energy reports a total of 303 billion barrels of proven reserves for Venezuela. Also, it accounts for 17.8% of the entire global oil reserves. Population, 28.3 million. GDP, PPP $144 billion. GDP per capita, $5,178. Oil reserves, 303.3 billion barrels. We appreciate you taking the time to watch our videos. If you are new to us, we love to see you subscribe and like this video. Let us know if you have any questions in the comments below.